There are plenty of romance series in Line Webtoon, and I've read at least one chapter of all of them. I like a lot of romance titles that I can list over 100 even. But just to make the list a bit shorter, I'll share just the top 100. But before we proceed with the top 100 recommendations list, I'd like to clarify the coverage. Now about what's included, first, they should be officially tagged as romance. There are many romance series in Webtoon, but some of them are not officially tagged under that category for some reason. Examples are those that you see displayed on the video right now. But just to be more uniformed and clear with the scope, this video will focus only on those under the romance tag. Second is that the series is available in English Line Webtoon only. So, we cannot include those that are not yet available in English, neither can we include those that are published in other platforms. We'll have another video for that, but for this video, we focus on those available in Webtoon only. There are plenty of good ones in Webtoon already that I can make a top 100. Now, regarding those that will be excluded, first are Webtoons that are launched starting November 2021. They are pretty new and I haven't read them yet. So, we'll just focus on the 158 titles that are already available before then. The last of the exclusions are the anthologies. Stories in anthologies are done by multiple creators. But to minimize the scope, we just focus on one creator or group of creators per title. Alright, I hope that's clear. Now, we can move on to the list, which is divided into 3 groups. The first batch, which contains numbers 100 to 61, are the 40 titles which I find pretty interesting. But I personally just don't like them enough to read every chapter. I'm fine with spoilers though, so if they are completed, most likely I've read the last chapter already. As for the ongoing titles, I might change my mind later if the later chapters or the last chapter made me satisfied or interested enough to know how things happened. We'll see. So, even if I don't really follow them, I still recommend them because you might find them enjoyable too. Maybe even more than I have. So, here's top 100 to 61 in alphabetical order. Music please! Now, this second group contains the 30 titles which I follow, but I'm not that in a hurry to read until the latest chapter. In other words, if they are ongoing series, I'm most likely very or slightly behind, but I don't plan to catch up anytime soon. Of course, I still plan to catch up, just not prioritized like those in the top 30. I might change my mind depending on the succeeding chapters I read, but at this point in time, not yet. I could also go the other way around. If it becomes less interesting, maybe I'll just be happy with spoilers. All of the titles in this group are ongoing, except for this one. Of course, I've managed to read all of its chapters, but I just didn't enjoy it as much as those in the top 30. The reason why I also recommend this batch is because you might end up enjoying them too. And it will be great if you liked it more than I have. Sometimes I get motivated to read more after learning spoilers. Anyway, if they've caught your attention somehow, then it will be cool to give them a try at least. Without further ado, same with the previous group, top 60 to 31 shall also be listed in alphabetical order. Let's begin. Finally, the last group. I enjoy reading them so much that I try to read the latest chapter as soon as possible. Those in the top 30 aren't exactly better than those in the top 31 and below, okay? A story may be impressive in one series, but the series with a less impressive story happen to have more entertaining characters. I would enjoy reading the more entertaining one, of course. Besides, what makes a good series is kinda subjective. So, unlike the previous list, the top 30 is going to be ranked based on how much I love them right now. There's a chance that I might change my mind depending on the latest chapter if it's an ongoing series. I could either love them much more or even go as far as dropping it. It depends on how its story goes. And maybe also my mood. But as of now, I still highly recommend them. If we have similar tastes, then high chances you're going to love them too. So of course, I strongly encourage you to give them a few chapters at least. Unlike the previous batches, I'll provide some quick comments on the top 30. I hope you won't get tired of my voice. Now, on to the list. Number 30, Cherry Blossoms. It may be very short, but it's done way better compared to many similar comics out there. Number 29, For the Sake of Sita. A beautiful, tragic tale of true love between a Korean doctor and his South Asian wife. Number 28, Kind of Confidential. It's an amusing love story between a superhero guy and a supervillain girl. It's fun but could be better. I have high expectations on its final arc. Number 27, Leveling Up My Husband. This also has the popular trope wherein the wife who didn't have a happy life in her first life tries to change her destiny after regression. This is one of the decent ones. Number 26, My Irresistible Ex. I'm not sure if I will dislike the male lead who abandoned his wife yet. I'll wait to find out what really happened. For now, I'm enjoying the crazy acts of the female lead and her manager. Number 25, Sixth Sense Kiss. Apparently, the female lead here can see the future of those she kissed, while the male lead has, like, super senses. This series is full of cliches, but it's amusing. Number 24, My Deepest Secret. A lot of fans praise it for its plot twists. Well, to me, some are kinda disappointing, but they're generally okay. Johan's the only one who is consistently awesome here. Number 23, Neolithic Girl. It's a romance between a powerful immortal and a dying veterinarian. Interesting pair in a cool action fantasy series. Number 22, My ID is Gangnam Beauty. The story is kinda cliche, but there's character development. The characters are likable, so this is definitely more decent compared to lots of crap out there. Number 21, My Younger Brother's Friend. At first, I find the younger brother annoying, but later, I see why the three dudes have become attached to both siblings. This is pretty amusing too. Number 20, Date First, Love Later. Contractual relationships are usually boring and very cliche, but this one is fine. I am impressed with how the female lead talked back to the annoying girl who tried to harass her. Number 19, To You Who Swallowed a Star. You won't have a second male lead syndrome on this because he has a terrible personality. The best here is the female lead's best friend. Number 18, Act Like You Love Me. This cracks me up so much. Enough said, just to read it. Number 17, Your Smile is a Trap. Good-looking boy and scary-looking girl, overflowing with charm and wholesomeness. The girl's scary-looking dad is most precious, and the boy's grandma is so awesome. Number 16, Surviving Romance. It's a very unique romance horror isekai manhwa. The funniest part here for me is the second male lead's stalker. Number 15, Seasons of Blossom. It focuses on a different couple for each season, but the stories are connected. The first was pretty fun, but the second one is tragic. Thinking about it still makes me cry. Number 14, Secret Playlist. There isn't much humor on this, but when it shows the funny parts, it cracked me up a lot. Things get more exciting when the second male lead showed up. Number 13, Salty Studio. It looks blonde at first impression, but after giving it a few chapters, it's quite surprising how wacky and colorful it actually is. Number 12, The Matchmaking Baby Princess. It's one of the few decent romance fantasy isekai manhwa out there, not to mention one of the most amusing ones. Number 11, Devil Number 4. I love the devils and angels stuff here more compared to the romance, but it later grew on me. This is a good series. Number 10, Romance 101. The female lead's situation is sometimes being portrayed with gaming elements, and I find that so creative. It's also not often for me to see computer science majors in a romance manhwa. Well, the romance here is kinda slow burn, but it's still well done. Not to mention, the characters are charming and the series is very amusing. Number 9, Miss Abbott and the Doctor. Entertaining story between a former Amazonian and a doctor in a Victorian setting. It's very unique, And you won't get tired of the crazy stuff which the main couple and their friends do. All the characters are lovely. It's very entertaining to read. Number 8, Unlovable Replacement. The character interactions here are so insane. This is very entertaining. The drama is kinda annoying sometimes, but they don't last long, so they're easy to forget. Hopefully, it returns from hiatus soon. I love this since it's Canvas days. Number 7, Her Bucket List. It's one of those good romance manhwa wherein the female lead finds new love. It starts with something tragic, but the rest are full of wacky stuff. Since this is a rom-com, of course there's some drama in the end, but overall, this is so entertaining. I especially love the bromance here. Number 6, Swimming Lessons for a Mermaid. The bromance in this one is on a similar level. The title may seem ridiculous, and there are moments that seem so cliche, but things are resolved in a timely manner, and the drama doesn't get dragged on for too long. It's easy to love its charming and wacky characters. Such a fun read. Number 5, The Hip Guy. Strong female lead and strong male lead in a series full of sexy butt jokes. And we are given a decent story and wonderful main characters, and it makes me giggle a lot. Of course, this has been so enjoyable to read. Number 4, The Makeup Remover. The only annoying part in this is when the female lead is being blindly in love with her crush. Then, everything else is freaking awesome! It's actually thought-provoking, and it delivers various messages in every arc. Its characters are so well written too. Overall, amazing. I don't understand why this is less popular compared to that other series which also deals with makeup. Oh well. Number 3, See You in My 19th Life. We've seen plenty of reincarnation stories, but a main character who had remembered more than one of her lives? That's pretty rare. But anyway, this one has a great story and characters too. Very funny too, of course. I suppose it's quite natural for me to fall in love with this series because I adore the creator's other work, which is number 2, A Good Day to Be a Dog. The premise of the female lead turning into a dog is a little silly, but the story is really good. It's often praised for its pacing. While the characters are so lovable, I still don't get tired of the male lead's blushes. Number 1, Super Secret. It's a fantastic blend of comedy, supernatural, and romance. There might be some characters which appear blonde at the beginning, but you'll discover their cool sides as you get to know them better. It's not only an entertaining read, but there are a lot of well-written parts in it too. Definitely among my top favorites on Webtoon overall. As mentioned earlier, these are just my personal favorites. So if your ranking differs, that's cool too. Besides, my favorites change sometimes. Well, how about you? What are your favorite romance series in Line Webtoon? Let me know in the comments. I hope I had helped you discover a new favorite. I read a lot of other romance series aside from what's in the current list, and I'm still thinking of a way on how to compile them. If you want more videos like this, just hit the subscribe button. And of course, likes, shares, and comments will be highly appreciated. Thanks for watching. Bye!